What's going on, guys? Jeffy here, and today I am going to be bringing you a little tutorial on how to create an AI file for use in Adobe Illustrator. We're going to be using Photoshop to create the actual AI, and then I'm going to show you how to extrude it in Illustrator and create some PSD layers for making Call of Duty avatars, or just basically anything you can use it for. I make a lot of Call of Duty avies, and I do a lot of stuff in real life too, so it's really simple. It's not too hard. But first thing I'm gonna do is make a new comp. 800 by 800 pixels is what I'm gonna use. You can make it bigger if you want it to look much cleaner or whatever. I've never really had any issues with 800 by 800, so I'm gonna go ahead and just start that. Click OK. Once that comp builds, I'm gonna get my paint bucket. I'm gonna go ahead and get some black. And I'm going to spill it. Now I'm going to go ahead and create another layer. Change my color back to white. I'm going to get one of my brushes. You can use PNGs or JPEGs or whatever you got. But I'm going to get one of my brushes so I can just get one of these logos real quick. And I'm going to show you how to make the AI. We're going to go ahead and use the SP1. It's really curved. And it looks really nice, so we go ahead and scale this to 700 pixels. I'm just going to drop it right here in the center. And scroll in a little bit so I can just get it kind of as centered as possible. Now I'm just going to merge these layers. And I'm going to grab my pen tool. I'm going to turn off my grid, because sometimes it'll snap to those grid lines and you don't really want that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just start clicking around the corners on the path. I'll drop one right here in the center of this curve. Drop another one about here. Come up here. Drop another one up here at the end of this curve. Drop one here. Another kind of centered on the curve of the P. Drop it down here and just kind of trace around the outline. I know you're probably thinking, what in the world is this dude doing? That's not the shape of this logo. It's all good, guys. I'm going to just click around, kind of skip some spots, and I'm going to come back through and fill in those curves. It's not going to be perfect by any means, because I'm just going to try to make this as quick as possible. So now that the path has ended, I'm going to go ahead and just drop another here. Press Control or Command on Mac and drag it down. Start lining it up. This curve, pull this edge up a little bit so it'll line out. And it's pretty close. So I drop another one here. Pull that one up as well. Match that curve, drag it down a little, pull this one in slightly so it'll kind of match the edge. Now go ahead and drop another one here, pull it down, match the edges, pull this one in a little bit so it's as close as possible. Take another point and drag it where it needs to be. It's close enough. Go around this other side, do the same thing. Drag it to where it needs to be. And round it a little bit. Close enough. Well, actually, we'll pull this one in. Scroll back out. Continue placing these marks throughout until you get the shape. Pull this one, match the edge. Now go inside here and get the inside curves. Straighten this one out. Match the edges and do the same on the other side. Round it out. And that's pretty close. It's not perfect, but it's close enough for tutorial sake. So now I'm going to go ahead and export paths to Illustrator, work path. I'm going to save this to my desktop. And we'll put SP knifing. Save that. Don't really need this right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and close it back out. I'm going to open one of my PSDs. Just go ahead and open this one here. And I'm just going to remove these, slide them up here. I'm just going to use the same. That is unfortunate that it didn't go where I wanted it. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and keep these here, disable them so you can't see them. I'm just going to copy those layer styles and paste them in here whenever I get done. So get out of Photoshop, I don't need it for now. Take my SP knifing AI that I just made on my desktop and drag it into Illustrator. So now that the AI is made, we're going to go ahead and make some PSD layers and get this underway. Fit on screen. Here you'll see that I have this AI and the logo. Pull open my swatches here. Go to colors. Go with grayscale. Make it an off-white. Go ahead and export. Make this on desktop as well. Change it to PNG. I'll go ahead and click export. Set my resolution to high 300 ppi. Leave that the same because it doesn't really, I don't know, I haven't fiddled with it too much, but yeah, I set mine up like this. Export that. Once it exports, you're going to go into effect. Well, actually, you might change the colors first, that way you can kind of mess with them a bit. I'm going to go ahead and slide over one. Go to 3D, extrude and bevel. I'm going to front face it. You can change it however you want. You just got to make sure that each layer that you create is identical. That way they'll match up when you put them in Photoshop. But yeah, so I'm going to drop that there, bring my perspective up to about 125. I'm going to put a tall round cap on it, drop it down to 1 pixel. Go ahead and click preview so we can see what it looks like. Drag it to the side, and there you see it's not too bad. I don't know what's up with all this, but it's not very, I don't know, it's not very clean on the inside. I see a bunch of little lines and stuff. I don't think it's really going to be too much of a concern. I'm not going to mess with the shading and try to make it look great, but you just click OK. Now you got the 3D logo. You see a bunch of white spots in it. I can fix that in Photoshop, match the colors. But go ahead and export this one. It's already in PNG because we just saved, so just change the file name. We'll put it as 3D. Export it. Press OK. All my settings are still the same, so that should be fine. Once it exports, I just go directly into Edit and I undo the previous extrude. I'm going to change the color to another little gray. No. Yeah, we'll just keep that one. Go back into 3D, extrude and bevel. Front face it. Go ahead and tall round. Drop it down to 3 points. Change it to the hollow appearance. Click preview. And now you see I have a little stroke to put around. And now we'll export that one. Name it stroke. Export that. Press OK. Technically, I am done in Adobe Illustrator, so once this finishes rendering out, I'm going to close it. I'm not going to save the AI file because it's not really a concern. I'm going to open up Photoshop now. If I can get to my desktop, grab these 3 layers I just created, drag them into Photoshop, and just place it right on. I'm going to press the top button here each time for each layer and just place it exactly where it brings it in from. And I'm pretty sure that, yeah, that's all of them. So rasterize these layers. I'm going to drop them down here into the logo folder. Drop the 3D layer below the 2D one. And now I'm going to highlight all 3 of these. It's actually at a pretty decent scale. It's not too bad, so I'm actually going to leave it. Actually, no, I'm not. Nope, I'm not going to. I'm going to drag it another block over on my grid. That should be cool. So click that button, apply those changes, center it back up on the line. Kind of find a nice medium here for the player text and the logo. Close that folder up, highlight the folder and the text. I'm going to drag them up, center it, and that should be pretty decent. If you don't have previously made PSDs or anything like that to where you don't have organized folders or any of this stuff like that, it's really not hard to make them. You just create your layers, add the stuff, put in a text tool, add your backgrounds, add your optional stuff. It's not too bad. It's pretty easy. So I'm going to copy this layer style, paste it onto this layer, close that, and go to my 2D layer, copy layer style, paste it in my other 2D one, take my 3D layer and copy the layer style, and paste it in the 3D one. Let's see what I can do here. I don't have any pictures really. I'll just go into my Adobe compilation, drag this into Photoshop. Cool. Drop it into the logo folder, pull it up, create clipping mask. Oh yeah, I gotta turn the gradient overlay off. I apologize. Gradient overlay, so see, clipping mask, it's pretty clean. You can do that in the text, all that crap too, but that's basically how you do it. It's really simple. It's pretty easy. If you guys have any issues, just let me know. I'll help when I can. I do stay pretty busy, but truthfully, I hope this helps you guys out. If it didn't, just give me a shout. I'll see what I can do. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty decently. Save as SPPSD 2. Save. Cool. My background, all that. It's pretty clean. It looks really nice, and it doesn't really take a lot of effort. But I hope it helped. If it did, please leave a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends about it, all that jive stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching.